We're tired of always deferring hope until the next generation. They tell us, be calm, be patient, wait. We have the plans for utopia already made. Well, we want our utopia now, and we're going to try our hands at it. Rediscover Martinsville can be the vehicle used to achieve this for our community. As the president of Rediscover says, you must dream it to achieve it.
Okay, hi, I'm Joanne Stutchin, and I'm the president of Rediscover Martinsville, the downtown revitalization organization here in Martinsville. And I want to tell you a little bit about the Main Street program and what it is. Rediscover Martinsville is a Main Street program. And that means that we are part of a network of thousands of similar programs across the country. The Main Street program was started in 1977 by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. They started a test program to address downtown revitalization issues, and they had 3 communities that were participants. One was Madison, Indiana. So for 35 years, the Main Street program has been in operation in the United States, and again, thousands of communities across the United States participate. So the Main Street program is several things. One is it's a strategy, a proven strategy for downtown revitalization that works. It's also a network of communities that assist each other through communication by social media, by phone calls, by watching people's websites. It's a network of communities that assist each other in the mission of downtown revitalization. It's true, I think, that no community has a problem that another community hasn't already had or solved. So it's really important to network with the other communities and find out what works and then apply that same thing here to your own community.
Hi, I'm Casey Johnson. I'm a board member for Rediscover Martinsville. I'm also a mortgage loan underwriter here at Home Bank. We're located right off the square in downtown Martinsville. I'm a resident here in Martinsville, born and raised in Martinsville. I love the town. I lived in Greenwood for 1 year, absolutely hated it. Nothing against Greenwood, it's just not for me. It's too big of a city, too much traffic, and just didn't like it. Now, if you haven't noticed, there's a lot of improvement that needs to go into downtown Martinsville. But really getting families involved and getting businesses involved in downtown Martinsville is really what's going to get us to where we want to be one day. Now, this won't take a month, this won't take a year, it'll take many years. We've been working to get where we are now after many years of hard work.
What Main Street can do for Martinsville is guide us in the projects that we need to tackle in order to bring downtown Martinsville back to vibrancy and life. And the Main Street has a 4-point approach, and we like to use the word depot to remind us of the different points. So depot is D, E, P, and O, and those letters stand for design, promotion, organization, design, economic restructuring, promotion, and organization. Design is where we've been focused for the last 3 or 4 years. Design has everything to do with the way downtown looks, the way it appears, and Rediscover Martinsville, when it was established in late 2008, we determined early on that we wanted to focus on design because those physical changes in downtown are things that you can see and you can believe in, and they encourage people to understand and to believe that even more change is coming. So in Martinsville, we focused first on converting the gravel pits, the gravel beds at the corners of the courthouse square into colorful planting beds. We also, as most people realize, have been engaged in a facade improvement project for the last almost 2 years now, and that is coming to a conclusion. And with that project, we were able to rehabilitate the facades of 6 different buildings downtown. So those are physical changes that people are responding to in a very positive way, in a very encouraging way. I think a lot of us, many people, are anticipating even more to come. And the work of redesigning, rebuilding, rebeautifying downtown Martinsville must continue. The second point is economic restructuring. And that means making downtown an economically strong and economically viable place. That has everything to do, again, with getting the buildings on good, solid feet. They can't be occupied until they can be occupied. It also means working with the business owners to strengthen their business skills, to make the businesses stronger. It has everything to do with keeping businesses that we have and also recruiting and attracting new businesses. The third point is promotion, and that is promoting downtown as a unique place of business, of economics, of culture, of society. It has to do with putting on events and activities that bring people downtown and moreover keep them downtown. One of the most successful events that Rediscover Martinsville has done is the December Cookie Stroll. And that is not a fundraiser, it is entirely a promotional event to get people downtown into the businesses, exploring the businesses, really exploring downtown and what it has to offer. And we have an amazing response from the participants, which probably equal about a number about 200 to 300 or more per event every December. And even though somebody may have lived here their entire life, we get comments such as, I never knew that downtown had all of this. I never knew this store was here. Some people apologize for having lived here 40 years and never really bothering to explore what downtown has to offer. So it's been a very successful event in many, many ways. The last point is organization. And organization refers to really the administrative and organizational capacity of literally running the organization that's Rediscover Martinsville. That's where the board members fit, where the positions of treasurer fit, secretary fit. And there's so much work that goes into just sustaining and building and growing the organization so all these other things can happen. And if we don't have a strong organization, if we don't have a strong Rediscover Martinsville organization, we really don't have strong anything else. That is probably the hardest task that Rediscover Martinsville has, because most people who are involved in the organization are involved because they want to do projects, they want to plant flowers, they want to take care of planting beds, they want to put on the cookie stroll. It's harder to find people who want to be business people and want to apply themselves to the business of running the organization. So I guess I should make a pitch then for volunteers, because we always need more, to do more, to get more, to build more, to make Martinsville better and to make it more.
Okay, so volunteering. And I know a bunch of you probably just freaked out because you have enough you're already doing now and say, I don't have any more time to volunteer for another group. Well, guess what? We don't have a weekly meeting, a monthly meeting, or even a quarterly meeting for you to go to. There is a board meeting once a month, but you're not required to go if you're just simply a volunteer. You're welcome to show up if you especially have a new idea that the board might approve. We do have an annual meeting once a year that comes in the spring, but other than that, if you want to volunteer, it could be one day out of the year. It could be at one event that you like. You know, if you participated in the cookie stroll and you said, man, maybe I got a good idea, or maybe there's something they can do different, please let us know, and we'll also let you run with it. Find something that gets you motivated, whether it's, you know, just taking a part in your community or getting your kids involved in the history of downtown, which, by the way, there's a lot of good stuff you could find out if you don't know already. And if you could really find that motivation, the stuff that we can get accomplished, it's just unseen. There's no way to really measure what we could get accomplished if we find a good level of motivation from a bunch of different people in the community at different levels of the community. We don't care where you work, what you do for a living. Everybody has something to offer. And if we can get everybody in and get as many people in as we can, and we can get different ideas, we can really change downtown Martinsville for the better.
My name's John Badger. I'm with Rediscover Martinsville, and I'm one of the buildings, the Martinsville Candy Kitchen, that was in the facade grant program. Rediscover was the one that started the facade program. They was the one that got the city of Martinsville to back it and help it get going and everything. Rediscover was the one that worked to raise a lot of the money. They went out and talked to the other businesses and things to help get that. The city did put up quite a bit of money. I don't know the exact figure. But if it wasn't for the facade grant program, we wouldn't have been able to have the new facade that we have on the store today. It's something that was out of my reach as far as a small business owner, so there's no way that we could have afforded it. It really has popped the store out. I mean, it wasn't what we started looking at when we were supposed to get it, but it's what we ended up with, and everyone seems to like it real well, so that's where we're at with it. We're hoping with the facade grant that we've done, the 5 or 6 buildings that we've done, it will encourage people to buy more of the empty buildings, and then in a couple, 3 years, we'll be able to go back and try out for another facade grant and help them out to restore the front of their buildings and everything. So we're just hoping it will get more businesses downtown and help Martinsville boom again like it did years ago.
I firmly believe that this downtown 9 square block area is everyone's neighborhood, and that it can only be revitalized through a strong public-private partnership. And by that I mean the city needs to be involved, the city boards like the Redevelopment Commission, the Plan Commission, the Morgan County Economic Development Corporation, the Chamber. We all have to be engaged in downtown revitalization, because the way the downtown goes is the way the city goes. We can't achieve community-wide revitalization if we ignore downtown. This downtown is the center stone of community-wide revitalization. And I strongly believe that everybody who lives here needs to take ownership of downtown and needs to chip in with the work of revitalizing downtown. It's going to take the village to fix this little village down here. In fact, our whole big village, which is Martinsville. And so people can be engaged in a lot of different ways. When you become a member, your membership dues will go into financing the organization, financing that point from the 4 points of the Main Street program. But it's also going to go into projects. It's going to go into the physical landscape. Those funds are also going to go into public arts projects. We envision sculpture and photographic art and murals downtown to liven up the place and to color up the place and to make it a more vibrant, creative place. It's going to go into what I sincerely hope is a second facade improvement project in another 4 or 5 years when the city's eligible to reapply for that state grant. There's no reason that the city or Rediscover Martinsville couldn't offer a facade grant or a sign grant or a roof grant all of its own, so the funds could be used for projects like that. Basically, the funds from membership and from fundraising and in any other kind of way to generate revenue can go into anything that we can dream for downtown and anything that we can build for downtown. And I like to say that we can't build it if we don't dream it. So we first need to have those ideas shared with people. Lots of times it's sitting around at the mixing bowl or one of the downtown restaurants and people are just talking and saying, I wish, I want, and that's when a lot of ideas are generated just off the top of the head in free-flowing conversation. Sometimes they're really wacky, but sometimes they're really good, and we can do those things. We just need help, and we need funds, and we need literally the tools and the mechanisms to get them done.
If you have any other questions or would like more information, please visit our website at rediscovermartinsville.com. You can also email us at rediscovermartinsville@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook.